Hi Flosstube, hope you're all well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kerry and this is Colourfully Cross Stitch, my channel all about cross stitching with a few book recommendations thrown in at the end as well. So today's Flosstube, so for the past couple of weeks my main focus really has been all about the sales, the stitch alongs. So I'm going to take you through what I've been working on, talk to you about new starts, and also about my plans because things are moving in the right direction with my plans, so that's really exciting. I've got a bit of stitchy haul for you, a few mentions, and also, like I said, some book recommendations at the end. So if you're into edge of your seat thrillers or survival thrillers, then you might want to stick around, but if you don't, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I think I'm just going to crack on and start off with the whips that I've been working on. So as I say, this has all been about sales this past 2 weeks since I last filmed a Flosstube. The first one is my favourite, which if you've watched the last couple then you'll probably already know what that is, but it is the Stitches Book Club sale. So yeah, again, I'm just wax lyrical about this one every time, because the new parts come out at the beginning of the month and we've not had another one since the Roald Dahl one, which I realised after I'd looked at it. I kept looking at the character and thinking George's Marvellous Medicine looks a bit weird, but it's because it's Roald Dahl, duh, and he's dressed in George's Marvellous Medicine's clothes. So I haven't quite got to that bit yet. I'll show you where I have got up to, or had got up to, before these past 2 weeks have gone. And now I will show you the bit that I am up to currently. So this again is a 16 count Ada. It's from Coffee Craft Fabrics with the Needleminder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And yeah, so we have now progressed onto Agatha Christie, but unfortunately she has no eyes at the moment, so apologies for that, but she will be getting eyes quite soon. I have also worked on the 2 books here, and excitingly I have reached the end of the pattern. So this then is going to be Shakespeare's section. So I've reached to the end of the bookshelf in total, so that's the end of the pattern, and then just carried along a little bit at the end as well. So yeah, really pleased again with how that is coming along. Perhaps not as much stitching as I would have liked to have done on it, but it is what it is, and as we keep saying, there's only so many hours in the day to stitch all the things that we want to stitch. So yeah, looking forward to doing some more on that. Then the next sale is the Catkin and Lily's Stitching Rules sale. So this really has been the main focus these past 2 weeks. So pop a picture of what it looks like, or what it will look like when it's finished, and then this is where I got up to last time. And in my last video I said there is no way that I was going to frog the S because it was all out of alignment by 1 column row. I frogged it. I had to frog it. I think somebody in the comments said, you might actually just want to frog the S. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I do just want to, I do need to just frog the S. So I did a little bit of a cheats frog. So if I show you where it's up to now. So I'm quite impressed with myself actually with the progress that this one has got on it. But so where the S, it was 1 row out or column out. Is it a column or a row? I'm not sure. But anyway, so I kind of did a bit of a budget job on it where I only took out the ones that needed to come out and then added the ones that needed to be added, if you see what I mean. I had to do the same with the scissors as well. But yeah, I think it's looking really good now. Apologies if my camera is struggling to focus. I don't know what's going on with it today. But yeah, so this is not going well, is it? Hold on a second. Yeah, apologies for that. I think it might just be the lighting, so I'll try not to get it too close so that it does actually focus. But hope nobody got seasick. But yeah, I'm loving this one just because of the variegated threads on all of that, all the different colours that are showing up, like the yellows in the flowers and the reds and things. So this is the first time that I've used the variegated threads, and yeah, actually, is it variegated or are they just over dyed? I never really know the difference either. But yeah, so I'm just really enjoying that one and how it's all coming together. yeah, I haven't quite finished the first section yet, so there are, along the bottom, there are some more bobbins, heart, bobbin, heart, etc. all the way along, with something else I think in this section, but I can't quite remember what that is now. But yeah, so I think I've got till the end of the month, so hopefully that should be doable, I hope. But we'll see, because I have plans, as we know. And then the third sal, and then we're already kind of moving into new starts, so perhaps not as much stitching as I would have liked, like I said, to be doing these past 2 weeks, but life has been lifing, as it always does, especially when you've got ferrying children around to various work experience and jobs and all of that, summer jobs and things, so and then obviously working full-time as well, but yeah, so then I joined Jen's Stitching Corner. She's running the Emerald City sal from the Owl Forest Embroidery, so I'll put a picture of that up here. So Jen and quite a few other people, I think, have started in the bottom left corner, but I'm actually starting in the middle, purely because I had a piece of fabric, so the fabric that I chose for it, I kind of tried to work it out so I could maybe get 2 different patterns on that fabric, so I wasn't quite sure my margins, so that's why I started in the middle and then measured. I didn't want to end up being too far either way and then not being able to have enough margin or finish the pattern, so anyway, this is where I am up to. So this is the Emerald City Wizard of Oz Palace. Is it a palace? I don't know, but again, so this fabric is Day Spa by Roxy Flossco Evertote, and the threads are from a mixture of Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colourworks. Okay, keep wanting to say Colour and Cotton, but it's not Colour and Cotton, it's Classic. No, yes, Classic Colourworks. But again, they're like slightly variegated. They have over dyed threads, so I'm really enjoying stitching with these, and I'm actually enjoying stitching on this fabric. It's 32 even weave, and yeah, I'm just really liking it. And I normally I stitch in hand, so I don't normally stitch on a Q-snap, but I'm actually quite enjoying doing that as well, although the tension isn't quite as much as I'd want at the moment, but yeah, just need to tighten up a bit. But yeah, so really enjoying this one. Looking forward to getting a bit more progress on it. I just used what colours I had from Stash. Now, have I got them? Hold on a second. I might be able to show you the different colours that I've chosen, because I can't remember whether I showed you these before or not. So it's all a nest of awful threads, but so yeah, so there's a mixture of, like I say, Weeks Dye Works, which are all the over dyeds and the purples, and then Classic Colourworks as well. So I just went through, and although some of the colours don't necessarily match really the pattern from Owl Forest Embroidery, I just thought I don't really want to buy more threads for it when I just want to start using these over dyed, so I just kind of substituted some of them, state of that, just used yeah, substitutes for what it said on DMC. Got my DMC card out, went through and tried to match as closely as possible. Some of them are completely and utterly off, but I think they all look quite good, or will look quite good on the fabric. That's not a very good way of displaying, but yeah, so I'm excited to keep going with that, and yeah, see where I get to with it. So I think my first part of the sal continues on a longer bit, and there's some more along here, some more turrets, I suppose, along there. It did call for a French knot in the middle. I have not done a French knot. I've never done one before, and I just wanted to crack on and get on, so I didn't do a French knot, but one day I will try a French knot and do some specialty stitches. But yeah, so that was new start slash joining in with another sal, and then I was chatting to Emma at Rose Cottage Creates, who's also a YouTuber. If you've not checked out her channel, then do, she's great. And I got really excited in her last Flosstube because she said she wanted to do the Witchy stitcher, the difference between medicine and poison is in the dose, really appealed to me. So I said that I would join her if she wanted to start it, and she said she did. So I then looked at the different fabrics that I already had and looked at different flosses that I already had, and then I've come up with a completely different look and feel to how this one is. I'm not really sure there's much point in showing you this because I started, Emma and I were starting on the same day, both got really excited, and I stitched 10 stitches in it and had to frog 5. And I think Emma stitched, I hope she doesn't mind me saying, I think Emma stitched about 50 and also had to frog. I think Emma's joining in with the traditional way that it's meant to be. So I've gone a little bit rogue on mine. But anyway, so I mean, there is really no point in me showing you what this start is, but hey ho, I will. If I can even find it, it's that small. Where is it? So anyway, yeah, this little bit here is going to be the ampersand in the middle. So started from the middle, but this fabric is Zweigart, again 32 count even weave, and I want to say it's called Wisteria. I think it might be called Wisteria. So it's purple, and then I've always wanted to do a pink. Well, it was supposed to be a pink thread variation on a pink, but it didn't work on the pinks that I had. And again, I wanted to use stuff from Stash. So in the end, I went with purple, obviously, the Wisteria fabric, and then also went with a mixture of these flosses. Now, whether they're going to work or not, I don't know. We will see. I'm excited to give it a go. You probably are looking at it and going, what on earth are you doing? They look hideous. But I'm hoping that the way that I have substituted them for what it called for, I've taken some of the colours that are going to be more of a coverage than others that I like, and hopefully it'll be all right. But we'll see. Anyway, in for a penny, again, in for a pound. I'm happy. I just want to give it a go and just do something a little bit different. So yeah, so that is the Medicine Poison New Start, not New Start, stitch along, sort of not really stitch along because we both, I think, have stalled already. So but hey ho, it's lovely to chat to Emma, and it's great to just sort of see or not see each other's progress on it. But we did have quite a laugh when we both said that we'd started and then we both had to frog. So but hey ho, there we go. And then other than that, this past 2 weeks, I have finally opened my Etsy shop. I cannot tell you how difficult I found it to try and convert my pattern that I was doing in Stitchly into a PDF, combining the PDFs and then getting it into some format that could go onto Etsy. It's all fine now, all works perfectly well, tested it out, it's all great. It just took a long time, so that took a lot of frustrated hours this week as well. So, but my pattern, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen, but I did a summary. So obviously I like books and I like cross stitching, so I've done like a little bookshelf, but kind of set at the beach. And yeah, so it's the little bit at the bottom says sun, sea, sand, and a book in hand. And yeah, so this is on Zweigart Taupe 32 even weave. And yeah, so it's just like a mixture of the books and things. That says beach books if you can't see it on camera, with the beach hut, stick of rock, melting ice creams, crab shells, sun castles, seagulls, all that jazz. So so yeah, if you're interested in this pattern, then I would love it if you would just go and take a look on my Etsy shop, maybe give the shop a follow. And yeah, so I was just really excited to get this one done. So there's more to come. I'm currently working on a Halloween one, which will be along a similar line. But yeah, I was just really chuffed to just actually get the pattern on Etsy after all the pain that I went through. And I do have to give a special shout out as well to the Timeless Stitchery. So Holly, who was Holly Wally Whoopsie on YouTube, she's still on YouTube, but as the Timeless Stitchery. I knew that she'd done patterns as well, and we chatted before about what software we were using, and I don't think she realises how much help she was to me in just saying, oh, well, this is how you could do it. I don't know if you're using that software or not, but this is how I've done it. Holly, thank you. I cannot tell you how amazing that piece of advice was. You saved me so many more hours of heartache just trying to get, you wouldn't think it was so difficult. It's not even that big. And it's still, it was just, yeah, a whole heap of frustration, let's just say. But anyway, I know what I'm doing now, so it's all full steam ahead now as well. So the book off I'm reading, which I don't think I've shown you up close, but this one will also be coming out soon as well. This is on 14 count Ada. I did this quite a while ago. I think that if I was to do it again, I would do it on a different fabric, but it is what it is, and at the moment, do I have the will to redo it? Probably not. So yeah, but this is, I'm working on getting this one up in the shop quite soon as well. So again, if you're interested, then yeah, please do feel free to take a look at my shop and just follow. If not, if obviously I'm not expecting everyone to buy the pattern, but if you follow my shop as well, that would be amazing. So yeah, so that one is coming soon. I was going to say something else then, and now I've forgotten what I was going to say. I can't remember, but it was something else about, oh yeah, Etsy, my name. So having got colourfully cross-stitched, having got a nice little logo, or I think a nice little logo, and my thumbnails for YouTube all sorted out, I went onto Etsy, and colourfully cross-stitched doesn't fit the 20 character or whatever it is, 22 characters that they need for their names of shops. So I've had to shorten it, so it's now colourfully cross-stitched. So the X is not a cross, it's an X. So anywho, there was just nothing I could really do about that afterwards. So that is what it is, but I'll leave it linked below anyway, should anybody be interested. So yeah, so then that's been taking up quite a bit of time as well. The other thing that's also been taking up a bit of time is I bought some, this is really boring, and is this going into haul yet? No, probably not, but while we're talking about time, I actually bought some fray check because my patterns were starting to fray considerably, and the thought of going around all of the different fabrics that I've got and stitching was just, it was just not something I wanted to do. So yeah, good old fray check came out. I spent probably a couple of afternoons going over all of my fabrics that I've got in the conservatory with the doors and the windows open, because my goodness, it smells, and laid them all out on the clothes horse and all of that sort of stuff. So so yeah, feeling a bit better about that now, because I was starting to panic that they're all starting to fray around the edges. But yeah, so again, another time element that's gone. So it's when you work full time, it's well, if you've got kids or you're a carer or anything like that, it literally is, you're trying to just stitch it as little time as you can, but when you've got other things to do as well, and it's yeah, it just gets a lot, doesn't it? So anywho, so now moving into kitting up and plans. So if you've watched my previous Flosstubes, then you'll know that I am planning to start the Harry Potter pattern. Did I say Sal then? I don't know, but you know what I mean. Planning to start the massive Harry Potter pattern, which I'll put up here. You'll know from last time that I bought the fabric, which was the Zygarde Country Vintage Mocha. Still can't get that one. So now it's all fray checked at the edges. But yeah, so that's the fabric. So it looks a bit like parchment. I have started to kit this one up, but it is my first, so having used the floss drops for the Emerald City and then for the medicine one, or I will be for the medicine one, then I actually did not realise how good it was to use floss drops. I was using bobbins before, and every time I wanted a colour I would get the bobbin out and unwind it and cut it, and then there'd be threads everywhere and yada yada. But yeah, so since working with those, I've realised the benefits of floss drops. So again, this is sort of moving into a little bit of haul as well, but I bought the thin, but they're wooden ones from Amazon, because I was looking at the paper ones and I thought, are the paper ones going to bend, especially because this project is going to be around for quite some time. So but in the end I went for wooden ones, so we'll see how that goes. And obviously then there's the binder ring as well, that did come with it, but I did buy extras. This is not all of the flosses by any means. it's I have yet to kit up the rest. There are quite a few, but yeah, I was just enjoying actually just getting this one all kitted up. So with the Harry Potter, and I think I probably said I was going to start it the next time I did a Flosstube, but I had a little bit of a brainwave, not really a brainwave at all, but so we are now on, I don't even know what date it is today, it's Thursday, 20 something of July, but Harry Potter's birthday is the 31st of July. So I thought, well, what better time to start it than Harry Potter's birthday? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to save it for then. And obviously I had the medicines and potions one that I was going to do as an interim start, which didn't go quite so well as I wanted it to. But hey ho, we are where we are. So, yeah, I'm going to be starting that one on the 31st. And then also on the 29th, which is my birthday, I am going to be starting Long Dog. So this is the Long Dog Pointed Fifth that I spoke about in my last video, and in my last video I was talking about Crafty Emily and how watching hers had really inspired me, and the colour choices for the threads, but also the fabric choice as well. Emily went with a light, very light baby pink on hers. I'll put the Pointed Fifth here. So she went on a very light baby pink, and then she's done the ombre effect all the way down with pinks, purples, greens, blues, etc. So I am stealing the idea, which she said on her Flosstubes, if you want to steal it, go ahead. So I'm doing that, but please know that this colour choice is all Crafty Emily. She's a genius. This is not me at all. So I couldn't find a nice pink fabric that I wanted to go with that was 32 count even weave. So I'm hoping this will come up, but this is like a pale purple, lavender, I think it is. So yeah, another 32 count, and so yeah, it's another biggie as well. So I'll just again, this is all fray checked, all ready to go, but yeah, it's huge. So but to go with that is the floss drops in the colours that Emily did hers in, and they just look so good, so good. Let me get them in order. So so yeah, look at all these, the pinks, and it goes into the purples, the blues, and then the turquoise, the really bright turquoisey colours, then going down into the teals, and then this one on the end is the navy blue, and all of the arches will be done in this navy blue. So I've got quite a few flosses for all of these. I've just got them as they are at the moment. There's just one on each floss drop, and when that one, if that one finishes, then I'll replace it with one of the same colour. But yeah, just their colours, I don't know, these are my colours absolutely. So I don't know whether, obviously you can do it in whatever colours you want, but I just absolutely love these. Teal is my favourite colour of all time, so to have something like that included as well is awesome. I think Emily said in her video that she talks about it in, where she goes through all of the colours, is a video that's quite far back in her video, in her videos list. Yeah, I can't even remember what the thumbnail looks like, but it is quite far back. I think you've got to go through her Christmas ones and all of that sort of stuff to get to it. But yeah, so she talks in there about, you know, choose whatever colours you feel that you want to stitch it in. But yeah, so this is going to be my birthday starting with this colour, doing about 6 rows maybe, and then this, say 7th, 8th and 9th will be a mixture of one strand of each of these two, and then we go into this one, and then onward and onward and onward all the way through. So yeah, it's I'm so excited. I can't wait to start this one. So yeah, that's gonna be my birthday start on Tuesday, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know whether I've taken off, bitten off a bit more than I can chew with that, but again, this one is going to be around for a long time, so that's why I went with the more hard wearing floss drops and things. So pack of 100 from Amazon it was. So so yeah, that was that. Sorry, just looking at my notes to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. And then so yeah, so then moving into haul. So like I say, the floss drops was part of the haul. So the bag that I'm probably going to keep the pointed fifth in is one that I managed to snag from Little Dove Designs. So if you're in the UK or maybe even in the US, then we know that Little Dove Designs does some amazing cross stitch patterns, but she has also just started to do project bags as well and sell them on her website, and they literally go like that. So quick. And in fact, she's had some, or she did say that she's had some not very nice emails from people when they haven't been able to get hold of her project bags, which is awful. So yeah, but anyway, she's just since been adding them as and when to her website and not telling people, just so there's not as much backlash, I guess. Poor Faye. But yeah, so I managed to snag a project bag. So this was I can't remember what this one is called now, but obviously it's all the different patchworks. And yeah, they're just such good quality. And then obviously they've got the zip, and then they've got Little Dove Designs on the inside, and then it's all lovely polka dot and things. So so yeah, really chuffed with that. I'm going to keep an eye on her website as well to see if there are any more coming out, and whether I manage to snag any more or not. I will let you know. But so yeah, I'm going to put the long dog in that because there's quite similar patterns, colours in there, so I'm thinking that's quite appropriate for that one. So that's cool. And then I was on Etsy as well, and I have got quite a few book sleeves. So this is one that I'm keeping the Emerald City in. These were sort of older book sleeves that I've got, so it's basically just in there. It looks like a beach hut and things like that, and then there's like the clasp that goes over the top like that. So these are from a lady called Melvis Makes on Etsy, and I so yeah, keeping the Emerald City Sal in there. And then actually I saw an Alice in Wonderland book buddy, they're called. So and actually this is how this is currently looking, so I haven't really got much further. All I've added is the stalk on the top of the tree, and then the rim of the teacup that will be underneath the Cheshire Cat there. So that's, I didn't really show you that one. That's a little bit of a whip that I've worked on. Anywho, the book buddy that I got to go with it is this one. How amazing is this? I absolutely love it. I've had my eye on it for a while, and I just thought, you know what, that would make an amazing little project bag. So yeah, it's got obviously Alice on it, the cards, the Mad Hatter's hat, teacups, just all sorts of different things on there. And this is how I normally kit my projects up before floss drops. So I've got my card for each of my patterns when I started, etc. And then I just have them in these boxes here, and then unroll them. And obviously I've been working on those two colours, so I haven't put them back. Not very tidy, but yes, that's generally how I kit up my projects. But I am, and then I've got scissors in each of my bags as well. But yeah, I'm leaning more towards the floss drops because they also store flatter as well. So my shelf down here is getting a bit bulky now. Too many patterns, obviously, as we all know happens when we join Flosstube. But yeah, so that was that one. And then while I was on Etsy, I also saw this one as well, which is by, I wrote this down, ZouZou Designs, which is a Scottish designer, I believe, project bag maker, designer. So yeah, I thought this one was quite cute. And in here I have got my other long dog, which we won't talk about because I've not done any more on yet. Stalled, but that's got the project in there, the card that goes with it, and also because this is only 2 colours, then I've just got the skeins of colours in there, and it doesn't take up too much room. So actually I thought this was an ideal project bag size for that project, which, you know, I don't know whether it would stay in there permanently, because once I do start properly stitching on it, and whether it'll get bulkier and bulkier and won't fit, I don't know. But yeah, so I just thought that was really cool. She's got lots of other designs on there as well. So yeah, and a Scottish project bag maker. So ZouZou, ZouZou Designs. So really like that. Then, as I was on Etsy again, I was looking and thinking about Needleminders for Harry Potter, and then came across, now this shop is called Essennkbeading, but it is ESSENNK Beading, and they are two Needleminders. So I don't know whether this is going to, hopefully this will focus. So that one says Wingardium Leviosa. Thought that was great. And then this one says Mischief Managed. Again, I just thought they were absolutely perfect, and given that it's a big pattern, then I might be grateful of two Needleminders in that. Again, so there's quite big magnets on the back. So yeah, looking forward to using those when I start on the 31st. What else? I am part of Lakeside Needlecrafts Fabric of the Month Club. Blimey, can get that out then. And this month, I think it's called Peacock. I'm not sure, but again, this is 32 count even weave, but it's all the swirly whirly psychedelic pinks, purples and blues. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to stitch on this one, but one day I'm sure it will come in handy. But yeah, it's just yeah, something that I would never pick up normally, even though it is pinks, purples and, you know, blues, which are my colours kind of thing. But yes, I don't know. But I'm just excited at the moment. I'm quite new to cross stitching, so I just get excited about all the stitchy post that comes through. So like I said before, I am part of the Lakeside Needlecraft, their 2 thread clubs, Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works as well. So I absolutely love Highlight of the Month when they come through. I even open the envelope and I don't look inside. I kind of put my hand in and then pull one out as it comes out, just so I can see it, just so I can prolong the excitement. I just love it all still. So yeah. And what else have I got for oh, the other one, fabric, another fabric piece. So on my very first Flosstube, I mentioned that I was doing the Chopping Maul by the Witchy Stitcher, which I haven't made any more progress on at all, but I was looking at fabrics and trying to decide which fabric I wanted to use, because I wasn't happy with the really rough Ada again. Like some Ada is so soft, and I don't know, maybe I've just had a run of bad luck with buying the stiff Ada. But this was, I think this is Pewter, I think it's called, but again by Zweigart. But yeah, that was as much of a start as I got before, which was I think the edge of a bookshelf. So I decided I wanted to change to even weave, 32 count even weave, and the pattern calls for a like a stormy weather kind of fabric. So I have gone for another very much like the Harry Potter parchment one. This is, oh, I can't remember the name. What's it called? Yeah, no, completely escapes me. This is from Stitchtastic. It is Zweigart. It is 32 count. And have I got it written up there? No, I do not. But yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's on their website. So yeah, this is quite a big piece again, and again I'm going to see if I can stitch it in half the size of the fabric, so then I've got the other half for something else, because I think it makes quite a good neutral as well. And then the oh yeah, the Needleminders from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I think it was Cross Stitch Sarah who said on her channel that this glows in the dark. I had no idea. I've had it for probably a year and I had absolutely no idea it glowed in the dark. So that was quite exciting, little things and all that. But yeah, so I think, oh, I'm covered in threads now. I think, is that the end of my haul? I think it is the end of my haul. So yeah, sorry. So I thought I would do some mentions. So the Coffee Stitcher mentioned me in his channel. So Garrett, thank you so much for mentioning me. And he said about if you've not seen Garrett's channel, then you need to go and have a look, because his Wizard of Oz patterns, I mean, he has stitched loads. So I'm an Alice in Wonderland fan who have a lot of patterns waiting in the wings in my wish list and all of that, but he is a massive Wizard of Oz fan. and honestly, the stitching that he's done for all the Wizard of Oz patterns, you need to go and watch his one of his Flosstubes. I think it was a whip parade, where he talks about obviously all of the whips that he's done. But yeah, so thank you so much, Garrett, for mentioning me. But yeah, you're something that I aspire to in terms of my Alice patterns. If I could get as many done as you have done with Wizard of Oz, that would be amazing. So yeah, that was really nice of him. And then I was also going to mention Bethany from Ducks and Crosses as well. So Bethany is Cross Stitch Sarah's daughter-in-law, and Bethany has literally just released her first Flosstube, which went up today, which is Thursday. Again, I can't remember the date. Should know because my birthday's on Tuesday. But I can't remember. Anyway, so her first Flosstube has just gone up. So yeah, go and check her channel out. She has one of the first patterns that she did is amazing, and she did it on black fabric as well, which is wow. So go and check her out. She's got a lot of Harry Potter patterns in there as well. So yeah, I think that is me done for cross stitching. So I think I'm going to move into my book recommendations now. So if you're just here for the stitching and you want to hop off, that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for sticking around for so long. But if you're here for the books as well, then I have got some survival edge of your seat thrillers, because last couple of weeks ago I mentioned that I really enjoy survival thrillers, and yeah, so I thought, well, actually other people might enjoy those as well, so I'll pull together just a mini list of the books that I really enjoyed that are in that sort of subgenre of thrillers. And I've also got a mini book haul as well, so I'll show you those as well in a minute. So the books that I'm going to mention are in no particular order at all, but just but yeah, just know that they are quite what is it, pulse pounding, is that the phrase? Actually the first two are, but anyway, I'll get onto those. Anyway, so the first one is Drowning by TJ Newman. So TJ Newman is, she released one called Falling, which I also have, which is also another thriller that's got one of the best lines I have ever read at the opening of in a book, but that might be for a list to come on another book recommendations list, so I'll leave that one for now. But yeah, so Drowning, so TJ Newman was an air steward, and she was writing her first book, Falling, while she was on the plane back and forth to goodness knows where. But Drowning is my favourite of her too. She's actually written another one called Worst Case Scenario, which is on my shelf down there, which I haven't got around to reading yet. So we're going to go on holiday soon, and I don't fancy reading about plane crashes and stuff like that at the moment. But anyway, this one is about a family, and the father and daughter, they are setting off to, I think it's camp, they're set in Hawaii, and then they're flying off to America mainland, and the plane crashes in the water, obviously drowning, and then their mum is involved in the rescue. Her mum is involved in the rescue effort. There's a lot of backstory to this. There's a lot of emotional, just emotion in it. It had me crying, which books don't often do. So yeah, if you really like the survival, time's running out type thriller, this is definitely should be on your list. Really enjoyed that one. The next one is The Island by Adrian McKinty. This is set in Australia. A family, they go, I think they end up in the outback and take a wrong turn, etc. And then things just go wrong. It's really good. This is another edge of your seat one. There's a few twists in this one and a few shocking elements that I did not see coming at all, but thoroughly enjoyed it and would read this one again. Yeah, this one is, it was just supposed to be a family vacation. A terrible accident changed everything. You don't know what you're capable of until they come for your family. So very much a good for her book as well. So really enjoyed that one. Ruth Ware, One by One. So I am a massive fan of Ruth Ware. I can't remember whether I mentioned that previously or not, but Ruth Ware's books were actually the ones that got me into reading again, like later on. Obviously I've always been a reader, but really got me into the thriller genre, I should say. So yeah, reading The Woman in Cabin 10 was really got me hyped up for reading, particularly during, I think I might have read that just around lockdown time. So then obviously bought loads of books then. So anywho, one by one, set in the Alps, and well, as you can tell, it's one by one, so they all start to get picked off, a little bit like And Then There Were None, which is another one that I really enjoyed as well, Agatha Christie. If you have not read, put this one down for a minute, if you have not read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and you like shocking twists and turns and all of that, then I can highly recommend that one. Yeah, that one blew my mind when I read that one, especially because it's the first of its kind. Like, when you think about how long ago it was that she wrote these books, she was definitely the queen of crime. So definitely earned her crown there. But anyway, so one by one. So this is about a work retreat. So work colleagues all go on a retreat to the Alps, and chaos ensues, and yes, they all start getting picked off one by one. So really enjoyed that one. Then I was going to say The River at Night. I can't remember the author, unfortunately, and I don't have it anymore, but really enjoyed it. Again, a group of women go on a whitewater rafting trip in America somewhere, I can't quite remember where, but they end up into all sorts of trouble, and the survival elements of it are just great. So if you wanted to read something like that, then yeah, I can highly recommend that for a girl's trip gone wrong. And then finally, I am going to talk about quite possibly my favourite book of all time, which is saying something. Certainly my favourite book of all time in this genre of thrillers, but it is No Exit by Taylor Adams. If you have not read this one and you like the survival elements, and yeah, it's just so good. So Darby, she's called, the main protagonist in this one, is on her way to see family around Christmas time, and she ends up snowed in at a what we call motorway service station over here. I don't know if you would call it rest stop in America, but she gets snowed in with a bunch of other people at this rest stop, and as she's going into the car park, this isn't a spoiler because she it tells you this at the beginning, but she sees a child in a car on its own, and so she realizes that somebody in that rest stop has kidnapped a child, and it's just so good, so good. So much so that I bought the American cover, because the British cover, or the only one that I could get on Amazon at the time, was awful and did not do it justice. But this is just stunning. I absolutely love this cover. So it's come all the way from America. It's a little bit damaged on the edges, but I don't care. And it's a book of the month. I really wish we had book of the month in the UK. I really do. But anywho, we don't. So I was quite chuffed that this was book of the month as well. So yeah, if you do like that. And actually Taylor Adams, he in this one, there's a character in this one that made me feel physically sick at times. So I don't think there's ever been a character that has done that. So props to Taylor Adams for making me feel that way. That was great. So yeah, that's definitely one to be reread over Christmas. I do quite like, yeah, I'm definitely going to reread that one. And then I thought I would just move into book haul, because it seems to be that this summer has been a great time for new book releases, particularly for some of my favourite authors. So one of which is Ruth Ware. So I mentioned The Woman in Cabin 10. This is The Woman in Suite 11, and it follows Lo Blacklock, who was the star of The Woman in Cabin 10, both of which books, well, I say both of which, no I can't, I can highly recommend The Woman in Cabin 10. I don't know what this one is going to be like, but The Woman in Cabin 10 is currently being made into either a Netflix film or Netflix series with Keira Knightley. I can't remember who else is in that one, but so I'll be interested to see how that one pans out. So yeah, The Woman in Suite 11, so I'm looking forward to finding out where Lo Blacklock is right now. And it says invitation to attend the press opening of a luxury Swiss hotel. So I'm sure lots of things are going to go wrong on that one. Lisa Jewell, this is Don't Let Him In. Love Lisa Jewell. Lisa Jewels are also good for audiobook if you just like listening to a mystery. They're really, really good for that as well. This one is, he's the perfect man. He says he loves you. You think he might even be made for you. Before long, he's moved into your house and into your heart, and then he leaves for days at a time. You don't know where he's gone or who he's with, and you realised if you looked back, you'd say to yourself, don't let him in. So I'm excited to read that one. It's quite a thick one, but yeah, looking forward to that one. Can't go wrong with a Lisa Jewell. If you haven't read The Family Remains, no, yes, Family Upstairs, I think is the first one. Then it's The Family Remains. Really enjoyed those, that as a series, so highly recommend that. This one is Steph McGovern, Deadline. So Steph is still, I'm not sure, I don't watch daytime TV, unfortunately, I'm working, but was the presenter of Steph's Packed Lunch. I'm assuming she's still Steph's Packed Lunch. Anyway, so this is Deadline, and this says going live in 10, 9, 8. And then it's all about a TV reporter who's interviewing one of the most powerful men in the country on one of the nation's biggest shows. But when she hears an unfamiliar voice in her ear, she knows something is very wrong. Her earpiece has been hacked. She's on air in the middle of the interview, and the hijacker tells her they have kidnapped her family. To protect her loved ones, Rose must do exactly what the voice says. The hijacker is in control now. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Then two more for you. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I loved the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six from this author. Have yet to read Carrie Soto is back, which is here, and also Malibu Rising, which is down there somewhere. But yeah, can you really go wrong with a Taylor Jenkins Reid? I'm not really sure. And also, excitingly, look at the sprayed edges. Stunning. This is from Waterstones in the UK, and this one is about an astronaut in the 80s, and is kind of like a love story, I believe, as well. So and actually Andy Weir is blurbed on the back, and yeah, he's written another one of my all-time favourite books, but I'll come to that on another day maybe. But yeah, so looking forward to reading this one as well. It's all set in NASA, obviously about space, astronauts. And then finally I picked up this one, which was Can You Solve the Murder by Anthony Johnston, and is basically a choose your own murder story, a bit like Choose Your Own Adventure from when we were kids. So yeah, on each page it says, if you think this, go to this page, then turn to, if you have this certain thing written down, turn to this page, if not, turn to that. So really looking forward to yeah, to reading that one. So that'll be a bit different. My pile of stuff down there is horrendous. So yeah, that is pretty much everything, I think. What have I been reading? Oh, I probably didn't mention First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Yeah, that was a really, really good romance. So he's the host of a late night radio show where people talk about love and things like that, and her daughter rings in saying, my mum needs to find love, can you help? So really cute story, absolutely loved it. And this one's got sprayed edges as well, so I'm a bit of a book not hoarder, but I do like a good sprayed edge. So so yeah, I am book collector, that's the word I was looking for. And then it's pink on the top, yellow on the bottom. So yeah, but yeah, really, really, really enjoyed that one. And I have just, sorry, talking with my back to you. I have just about to finish the first part of Onyx Storm on audiobook. And I have just bought the second one as well, because I know that I'm just going to want to go straight in. So so yeah, really, really enjoying listening to that one. I was listening to it on my commute this week to and from work as well. So so that was nice listening to that one. So yeah, I think that's it. I think this is going to be quite a long one compared to previous Flosstubes. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're so inclined, and yeah, leave me a comment. What are you reading? What are you working on? What whips are you working on? Have you got any new starts? Have you joined Adelaide Stitch's new start, because her orange fabric Halloween Sal, I was so desperate to join that one, but don't have any orange fabric, and I can't actually find any that I really want to stitch on. So if you've made it this far, and you can tell me in the comments if you know where I can buy some orange fabric, that would be amazing. Because have I got too many whips on the go? Yes, I probably have. But do I want to join in another one? Yes, I do. So if you can let me know, that would be amazing. But until next time, I will speak to you soon. Happy stitching. Bye.